Oh, I've always wanted to talk about this on the podcast. I don't know why. It just came to me. Like I said, the fucking road rage thing spins so much.
Right.
I want you to fully clarify for myself and our listeners and the viewers when you said you are allowed to be anything you want in this world except right. Go! Today is your shine, not your average, folks.
Today, as I sit here as an albino Bengal tiger,
The Podical
podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous. It's ridiculously funny.
Hi, I'm Mr. Pedophile.
we'll stop this foolishness.
Do not adjust your dial. I have no beard. I'm marvelous.
I'm not your average Joseph. Beard intact.
We are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. Yes, it's been a grim week. Face has been cold. People have been asking. I work in healthcare. This is part of the struggle of working in healthcare. So, as an employee in healthcare, especially during a pandemic, motherfuckers hype you up to be superheroes.
That they do.
When you're regular people.
That you are.
And not too many rewards for it, but just a good job. Without you, won't function.
You did get Crocs.
Yeah, the Crocs was comfy.
You did get Crocs.
I'm not gonna stunt. I mean, I never would have bought a pair of Crocs if it wasn't a freebie. Yeah. And then they wop at work. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to put on my Crocs. Like, yo. And when I see people outside and stuff like, I'm like, with the little Croc decked out, I'm like, troglodytes. You paid for all this and this jewelry buffoonery. But yeah, man, I'm here. It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Beard and no beard. Like I'm so used to doing this.
I was about to say, how has it been since you've cut the beard? Okay, first and foremost.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get used to not having it here and like, shit, I forgot.
Bro, I'm still.
You still?
I'm pulling on like the 5 o'clock shadow, like the stubbles and everything. Yeah. I was looking like, I came out the shower the other day. I think I came out the shower like the Wednesday. And my normal routine, so I'm so used to and stuff, whatever, right? Like,
right.
When I'm in the shower, I'll like pick out my shower. Depends if I'm washing or I'm conditioning it. So I'll pick it out, but I don't got to carry the pick and stuff whatever in the washroom no more now, right? So I'm looking at stuff. It's like when I came out, I'm so used to like brushing what little leftover hair I got, and I just normally go, but it's like
straight
this,
down.
Nothing.
Nothing. Now you're just brushing skin.
Yeah, I'm brushing skin. For now.
If
any one of you companies,
you shall return,
would like to be part of this Kratos beard growth journey.
Yeah. I mean, you all see what it can amount to. You see what it can amount to.
Yes. Now, the older women won't even look at me.
Yeah.
No. I'm into the aunties, and the aunties are looking at me. Boy, if you don't sit down, I'll get one of them ones. So we are here. Yo, I gotta ask you, man. Yo, like, do you ever have a situation and stuff where you tell yourself not to be you?
What do you mean?
So, okay, check it. You're so used to like you doing you being you in your normal state.
Right.
And let's say you're in a situation and stuff where it doesn't require you to be your normal you. You have to switch up to become something else or be something or act a little different than what you normally would be. So, okay, I'll give you an example for myself.
Right.
Religious talk.
Right.
Religious talk. I'm for open religious conversations because, again, I don't know everything.
Right.
And I'm willing to learn.
Right.
But a lot of people, I feel like when it comes to religious folk, they don't question anything in their retrospect of whatever religion and stuff there might be.
Right.
And they don't have the full knowledge of everything.
Right.
But then when you question something pertaining to religion, or their particular religion, they're looking like you're blaspheming and we're not having this conversation. And I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, typical me would be like, what the fuck? Like, we're having a conversation. Answer some of these questions. And then the not be you is kind of like, you got to revert to like, well, this ain't gonna go anywhere. Well, fuck it. You might as well exit stage left. Right. You ever had those situations?
Yeah. I think on vacation.
On occasion?
On vacation.
On vacation?
Yeah.
Was the last time you were on vacay? So it's not even frequent with you?
Not the last time I was on vacay, but a few times I'm on vacay.
So what's the not be you? The not be you is what? Wake up early in the morning and do some shit?
No, to be more, it's because I'm usually reserved.
Okay.
But when you're on vacation to have fun, right? And
cut loose.
And everybody else is there to have fun.
So you're a different person.
Yeah, so on vacation.
Oh, so what we seeing now, I got to see Smooth Uncut on a vacation with some Mai Tais in your hand.
On vacation is I'm the life of the pool party.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm in all the games. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The liquor's flowing and everything is free. You're there to have fun, right?
Yeah.
But it's like that sort of situation. I'm back home. That's like I'm not that way because I most likely got to drive home. I can't do the crawl to my room upstairs, right? So, yeah.
So, okay. Wait, let me ask you a question. So my next question and stuff to you be, like how you just said this piece, right?
Right.
Would you ever consider that, let's say, vacation Smooth to be active in a regular setting? Like, let's say it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Say it's your birthday.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to say like my birthday and stuff. And I'm like, yo, I refuse to drive. I'm not driving the car. And I got wasted.
Okay. Good example.
Yeah.
Of vacation Smooth at home.
Yeah.
Was the night when you left early and I went bar hopping on my street.
Oh, you were able to crawl back to your domain.
I was able to, because you know what I mean? I had no worries. I can cut loose because I just live across the street, right?
Right.
There's this, I can just be whatever, right? So yeah, that was a good example of me just being vacation Smooth.
Yeah, you were a different guy.
I was wrecked the next day.
You were wrecked.
I was a little bit too much of vacation Smooth.
I love it.
But I'm telling you, but that is vacation Smooth because like I'll get wrecked on going away. You know what I mean? Shit, hey, my hotel. I can throw up here. Somebody else got to come up and clean that shit. And you know what I mean? It's all good.
I think you're one of those guys. I feel like I'm not speaking in general, but I'm just asking though. Are you one of those guys that needs to fuck in a hotel with your woman? The reason why I say like needs to fuck in a hotel because your regular performance and stuff, whatever, in your regular bed,
yeah,
it won't be the same then.
Nah.
So that means you're out here just like coming from like the top of the TV or one leg up.
Well, so it's not that wild.
Okay.
Not that wild. But of course, you know what I mean? You're going to go a little extra and beyond, right?
I feel like I show up the same way. Like, to me, I'm like, yo, the setting, with the setting bring out different.
But you don't got kids past the age of 10. So you can show up and show out when your kids are a certain age.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? When your kids are a certain age, you're more
reserved.
You're more reserved. You're trying to not make as much noise. You're not trying to draw the attention. So yeah, at the hotel, you don't give a shit. Everybody at the hotel for the same reason. To have fun. To have fun.
Is that what we're saying? Have fun. Okay. All right. All righty. Well, all right. Let's touch on some of these previous polls. And then let's see what popping off for this past week. First poll is, would you vote for a single politician? Remember that? 83% said nope. Told you, man. I can't. You can't trust a single politician.
You can't trust a single politician?
You can't trust a single politician because it's like a good old Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
We got to rely on the family. And if you're by your damn self and you ain't got no family, it's not too safe.
Where can we trust a single person to be at the helm with of a position that's high profile?
A captain of a ship.
Yeah.
Because we know the captain of the ship is putting this captain thing first.
Right.
Over priority and stuff of like, to make sure like himself.
Oh, shoot. Speaking of that, I was watching this one the other day on this yacht. Captain had his wife and his 3-year-old on the ship. So I think what he does is throughout the year, I think at least 2 or 3 of the voyages, he makes sure the family's with him.
Okay.
So they've got their own cabin, and and he's young. The son is young, so he's not at the schooling age yet. So they don't have to have, just
in school.
And the wife is the wife. She can just watch him and do whatever. But yeah, that was the first thing I thought of, because you are away for such a long period of time at sea, right? And it's...
Well, I look at like from what previous history and stuff that told us.
Yeah.
The captain is normally like the last person to go down with the ship.
Right.
Right? So if any cases of the ship is damn near about to be done, then that's when the captain would abandon the ship. But the captain's the one that issues like all abandoned ship and stuff like that. And you would hope that if like your captain, what you're talking about and stuff is like relying on like, family and everything and stuff, you'd probably be like, this motherfucker might escape before everybody because he's more concerned about his family and scenario to get back to.
The funny thing is, a lot of captains get off that ship before everybody else.
You think so?
It's been stated. It's been stated. It's like it's a hard fast. It's okay. It's a rule, but it's rarely any captain has followed it.
I don't know, because I remember. Okay, so I saw this thing about what the fuck is this? This last thing about captain thing is like I want to say there was some Discovery Channel thing about like sharks.
Yeah.
And wherever this naval ship for U.S. whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So I think like it was probably shot around the Pearl Harbor time.
Yeah.
And the waters and stuff that they were by is like it was like about 300 of them. So the ship was damn near screwed and wrecked and everything like that. And they said that the waters were infested by hammerhead sharks.
Yeah.
And it's like it was a feeding frenzy. So it's like I think they started off at 300 of them trying to make it to shore.
Yeah.
So some are on rafts and some are on like little debris and stuff with the ships and going. So I think like maybe about less than 50 of them made it. So I'm like, could you imagine? But they said, yeah, Captain got 8 like 4 times too. Like I think
Captain got 8.
Probably in the earlier run, like when they probably had like maybe about 200 or something.
Right.
Captain went and stuff too. And it's like they had like, I think a panel of like 8 or 9 of the survivors who were still alive. I was like, they're like, no, our captain told us to abandon ship. We left ship and stuff because everything was on fire. Grab a piece and grab rafts and...
Yeah, it was Discovery Channel. I can't remember exactly what it was. They were talking about some devastation that happened at sea.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they're talking about how the captain, he was like on one of the lifeboats with women and children. Women and children are the first that they sent off.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking and say, yeah, a lot of times they're saying like probably like 2/3, maybe like 1/3 of ships that go down, the captain has gone down with it. The other 2/3, captain's saving his bacon, man.
Yeah, I was looking at this. It said like February 1st, 2023.
Yeah.
It said there's no universal marital law that states a captain must go down with the ship. However, as long as you make sure that the crew members and the passengers have already been rescued, he can leave with them too. So there's that. But no, I can't trust a politician and stuff who's single. I can't trust a politician who's single. I'm iffy on even politicians that were like dating.
Right.
Because I just feel like, it opens spy, like some like a espionage kind of world. Because if let's say such and such is about to run for Prime Minister of Canada.
Okay.
Right? And I look at this like, I need to win or gain favor and stuff. I'll just send attractive ass women with like a bootleg shadow clean world and just approach him.
But I mean, that happens with married presidents too. Yeah? I mean, look at Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe.
Kennedy was a wild boy.
Yeah.
Kennedy was a wild boy.
Look at Trump grabbing the pom-poms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Trump is a wild boy.
But they wild boys in politics, man. So it's like, I don't know, this single urban.
So you would take a cheating president over a single president?
I just want somebody who can do the job and do the job properly, man. I don't care about your marital status.
I always hope, but then that's the thing and stuff, because we don't really care about if they're doing the job properly until we have issue with whatever they're doing.
We don't really know that they're doing the job properly until they do something that we got issue with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. When you found out, like, okay, you're for healthcare. Oh, this president is not doing shit, or this leader is not doing anything pertaining to healthcare or fucking up on healthcare. You'd be like, the fuck? You have one job. No, this bitch probably got like 100 million jobs.
Yep.
Because I looked at stuff and I prayed. I'll never forget. Wise words from, I want to say, my former brother-in-law. The man said to me, he's like, yo, welcome to the fam. You're married now. He's like, don't be like Obama. I'm like, what does that mean?
Right.
He's like, Obama went in with jet black hair and came out salt and pepper. The amount of shit he done seen, the amount of shit he done went through, done stressed the man the fuck out. I like your hair black. That's what he said to me. And I was like, I don't want to be Obama. I want to be Martin.
I like your hair black, bro.
Yo, he's like, yo, you're going.
Don't go through it.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. And I was like, yo, I feel that. The next poll says, do you feel that you're difficult to love? And 88% said no. Now, let's take a deep dive in this now, because I think a lot of people and stuff looked at it so super shallow. It's kind of like remember the would you have a drink with you kind of question?
Right.
Think about your bads, your faults, and all that type of stuff pertaining to even a relationship. Some people in a relationship, they have a reclusive way when they shut down and they won't talk.
Right.
Right? That's difficult to deal with. Because if like the other person's like, yo, we need to talk about what's going on, and the other person just shut down and don't want to talk, that's not an easy person to deal with.
Nah, it's not an easy person to deal with.
Factors like that. See, I feel like a lot of people, like me, I try to move on a level and stuff where, am I difficult to love? I want to say for majority of part, I am not, but I can be.
Right.
And I think the can be part for me and stuff is that I don't know where that person and stuff stands.
Right.
Right? So I feel like a lot of times if the person makes everything crystal clear and vocal, we smooth like Botox.
Right.
So I kind of like a situation where I'll like state like my likes, and hopefully everything is pertaining to my likes and stuff is kind of like met. And then after that, it's swimming. Everything will flow nice and smooth.
Got it.
Now, if I mention my likes and stuff, whatever, like the person might have I don't say like they're against like certain type of amount of my likes.
You're right.
I'm hesitant to move a type of way to pertain to a person. Because I'm looking at stuff, I'm like, well, you didn't like this particular thing that like I might do or I might like to go to or something like that. So I don't know, should I even invite you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It creates a kind of like a rift for me.
Yeah.
So a lot of times and stuff, and I don't want to say too many times, but I want to say at least for recent and past relationships, I feel like they might yuck my yum.
Right.
I just tend to say, all right, well, this is not for you, and I'll just do other things without you. But because I look at it like I'm my own person before I meet the next person.
Right.
But I gotta understand the stuff like, yes, are you okay with doing what you do? And most of the time, if there are things and stuff that's kind of foreign to me, I'm still not yucking their yum, but I just probably won't participate or partake too much.
Got it.
Like if you're a clubber, right? I've been with women and stuff who like to go out and club and everything like that. I'll come every now and then.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to come every
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's your thing. That's not my thing.
Right.
I like people bonding and stuff, whatever. So, and with that, even a person who likes to club or like to go out, I might be difficult for them.
Right.
Like in the general aspect and stuff, whatever. Because I'm okay with seeing all my people's bonding, doing all that type of stuff, then come back and stuff and at least have a moment to like rest.
Yeah.
And kind of make moves to build towards like my dreams and my futures.
Maybe when they're answering these questions, maybe they're generalizing and not thinking of like an individual quirk. that might offset somebody else.
Yes, I can agree to that.
Yeah, because I think overall people just think like, oh, I just have these wonderful qualities that
people think they're perfect.
Yeah. I just have these wonderful qualities that everybody will love, right? Meanwhile, you could be the greatest person on the face of the earth. There's going to be somebody that does not like you,
of course,
right? So you can't expect to be, God's apple pie to everybody. It simply just does not work like that. If you're thinking generally, if you have an attitude that is, for the most part, upbeat, and those bad traits are not, they're not like surface. They're not something that you can see or something that can be interacted with right away. Like somebody's got to be close to you in order to see those bad traits. Then those people will probably think, yeah, I'm easy to get along with.
Okay, let me ask you this. Should you hope for your partner to change their bad traits, or should you embrace them?
You can encourage them.
Okay.
Right? If that's what you want them to do. You can encourage them. Don't expect them though. Don't expect that they'll do it. You can encourage it, hope that they will, but live with the possibility that they might not.
Yeah, but you know what? So I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people and stuff, let's say an older setting or older, like, let's say, time frame with let's say, modern dating and the dating or, let's say, relationships and stuff are different.
Yeah.
They're different. Like you as a married man and stuff, you've been with your woman for like decades.
Forever, right.
Decades and stuff, whatever. Do you look at other relationships? Like even like if you're looking at my previous relationships and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
Do you look at like certain things and stuff like don't hold the weight or the test of time? Like I look at it where I feel like if you don't do something I do or I want you to do, it's a wrap.
Right.
Right? And then I feel like because you've been in it for like decades and stuff like that, you've been in a time where it's like, we're going to work through this shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to figure some shit out. We're going to work for the best, hope for the best and stuff, whatever. Because at the end, we still want to be together.
Right.
So we just got to figure some shit out. When then, I don't think it's like we still want to be together in modern times. It's kind of like, you need to click to what I'm clicking to now. And if you don't click, you're not the one for me.
Right.
So like, there's no work and stuff, whatever, I feel like in today's time. You agree?
I can agree to that. Yeah, I can agree to that. I wouldn't say it's like 100%. I think there's still the one or twos out there that will work.
Mm-hmm.
I think the couples who still believe in romance and that sort of thing, I think they're probably more apt to try and see if there's something there that still can be worked out. But if you're just like, and I don't want to say emotionless.
Emotionally unavailable?
I don't want to say that either.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're the type of person who let's say can cut their emotions short.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I like you today, but tomorrow I'm on a mission not to like you because of what you did later on this afternoon. Right? And on that mission, I can hold myself to that mission.
So like they're basically holding a personal vendetta or like to carry on?
Right. I think it's easy for those people to say, hey, nah, I'm not even going to hold it. I'm just going to call it quits and move on.
Yeah, because
right. Whereas you'll have some people who are like, I'm mad at you, right? Then hours later they call, man, I can't be mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Those people, I think, are more apt to stay in and try and work it out because they can't just cut off the emotions that they have for you. Or maybe the emotions is too strong that, they may see a fault, but they believe that they can overwork it.
It's so funny where I look at this stuff as people champion how they cut people off.
Mm.
People champion that they ghost people, right?
Yeah.
People champion stuff that like, you know, like they're like, this person didn't serve no purpose and stuff, or what wasn't for me, and sever. Like it's not like, I won't say shame is the word, but it's kind of like, be like, oh, you and Tata Lalicious didn't work out. Be like, yeah, you know, we didn't see eye to eye and stuff like that, whatever. Like, no, she didn't do this. Fuck that chick.
Right.
I'm looking like, well, we saw you guys boo-booed up like canoodling and shit, like, you know, taking selfies and shit like that at restaurants and everything. How you just speak like that now?
Yeah.
And I was like, did you not care? Okay, let me ask you this, and before we move on. Does modern dating requirements outweigh like traditional or dating requirements of the past? Like, all right, you're an older dude.
Right.
Did the women ask for, you need to have like, you know, certain type of figures or something like that in their account? Like, I know it's always, you never run short of like women chasing money. Right. But like, like, how was it for you back then? Like, what was it? Because you had no social media like that.
I think the key things for women back then, was that you were stable.
Like you had your job or something like that. Like you keep a full-time job.
Right. You were stable, and that you were a good character. You had like a good character, a good human being, and they'll build upon it like from that. Like, it was never like you had to make a certain amount of money. You
had to be like a bus driver.
We had to go
to
a certain place for our first date. You know what I mean? It was
right. There was no La Marina. There was no Fontainebleau. There was no STK.
Right.
And now motherfuckers like, you need to take me there. I'm not a broke chick, but you're not going here by your damn self.
Yeah, and it was definitely not flying nobody out to go no damn.
I was born in the wrong time.
You were born in the wrong age.
I was born in the wrong time.
You were born in the wrong age, man.
Damn it, but I'm here.
Yeah, and it's not. And even back then, I don't think it's, even though it was still a more gentleman thing to pay for the entire date. Back then,
really?
It's still a gentleman. It was still a gentleman thing.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Like I was about to say, even though it's a gentleman thing, you found that women didn't mind going Dutch, especially on a first date type of deal, when everybody's just trying to get to know each other, just trying to, you know what I mean? It's like, no, I got this. No, I got this. Okay, we'll go half.
In my time, I'm not really used to that, because one time I went on a date with a woman, I think our very first date.
Yeah.
And I was like, should we get out of here? So I'm like, yeah, because she's a teacher.
Right.
She's a teacher and stuff. And she had to do some shit to get her shit together for the kids and stuff the following day. So I'm like, all right, no problem.
Right.
We use the washroom and stuff like that. So I guess in the process, when I got up to go to the washroom, I come back, she's already signing off like, you know, her credit card and stuff because she paid the bill.
Yeah.
Right. So I was looking like, oh shit, like, no, I was going to pay, you know? So I felt bad.
Right.
I'm like, it's our first date. I was going to pay and everything. She's like, nah, it's cool. So I said, since you paid, am I still going to get a second date? Because like, I have female friends. One of my friends told me this straight goods. This is when she's married now, but she said when she was dating, if she went Dutch on the dude's meal,
right,
or she went Dutch, she's paying her money and stuff for them not to ever see the dude again.
Mm.
And again, she's like peers to me, right? My age and my group and stuff like. She's about 40 now, so she's like 2 years older than me now, but still age range and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was looking at that. I was like, oh shit. And this is 1920 or something like that at the time. So I was like, okay, I want to make sure that I would pay for these dates if I'm inviting a woman out on these dates. And then when that happened, I was like, danger, alert, alert, alert. You're not going to get to touch that booty because...
Yeah, maybe it could have been a simpler case that she didn't want this lady to have to go away and come back just because, you know what I mean?
You're right. I never asked and stuff for that, but it's just kind of like,
it could have been just the case.
I went to go piss, wash my hands, and then when I came back, I was like, shh. But then it was cool. It was then
Did you get a second date?
I did.
Okay. See, so then you didn't gotta worry.
I did.
You didn't have to worry.
I did. I thought because my forehead was shiny, so that's the reason why she decided to give me a second date.
Right.
Okay, all right. So we here. Let's talk LeBron.
Bronny.
Broomstick. It's rough to watch.
It was rough
to watch. Nah, you were rooting for the Lakers?
I was rooting for the Lakers, but I didn't want them to get swept.
I thought the Lakers would have put up a better fight. Keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Like, it was a battle. Every game was close.
It was a battle.
All 4 games and stuff was close. It was a battle. I just look at it stuff as where, like, even like looking at Joker, I don't know. Like, to this day, it mystifies me. Like I said, mystifies. Like, Joker moves so sluggish. Does he move fast to you?
Nah, he doesn't move fast to me at all.
Like, he has a little chub to him and everything like that. He moves sluggish, and it's like he can't be stopped.
I was about to say, you know what it is? It's not that he's quick or anything. It's forceful. Because and it's so funny because it was the same thing with LeBron, but LeBron had speed with him.
LeBron still has speed.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
LeBron coming down the middle, it's like a freight train, right? So he hits you, you're being moved.
Jokic is like a security card.
Jokic is like a
security card.
He's like,
and then in.
But there's so much weight with that security card that even moving at 2 miles an hour, you can't stop it. It's still going forward.
Oh, so that shit more like a freight train trying to slow down.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like it's
so LeBron is freight train still going, and then this is the break because you're right. Freight trains when they hit break, I think they need like a good amount of distance,
right?
So it's kind of like they're slowing down,
yeah.
But you know it's still kind of coming.
It's still coming. It's still coming, and that's when I look at him. That's like I see, like it doesn't matter how many bodies he put in front of that rim.
Yeah,
he's gonna bully his way down there. And once he's in the key, the guy's got so much moves in that key.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hook.
Both hands, shoot, left hand,
spin around. Whatever. You know what I mean? He's got plethora of moves in the key. And the funny thing is that I think the reason why he's having so much success is that NBA has, maybe 3-4 years, moved away from the big man game.
Who?
The NBA.
Oh, NBA?
Like maybe 3 or 4 years moved away from the actual big man game where the big man was a dominant guy in the inside. So nobody's really making defenses for the dominant guy on the inside.
Yeah, because it's a shooting. It's a 3-point contest.
Right.
Now. It's a 3-point contest. Because you have to be like a app kind of shooter for us to say we're gonna let you shoot a 3.
And that's it, right? So you put Jamal Murray on the outside, right? Who else do they got shooting over there?
Jamal Murray, Porter Jr. Porter Jr. be knocking them bitches.
Right. So you put those guys on the perimeter, right?
Yeah.
And when I say NBA has moved away from that big man, the go through the big man, because back then you go through the big man, the key, the shooting a 3 was the last resort. So you crowded the key. Right. And you defended from the inside out.
Right.
Now you're defending from the outside in, right? So you got to cover all these shooters. Joker's going to make mincemeat whoever's covering him on the inside.
Shooter's going to shoot. I think the league and stuff is just a different kind of ball game and et cetera. Shout out to Steph Curry. Steph Curry really changed the game and stuff. On 3-pointer shooters and stuff. I want to say we always respected Reggie Millers, the Ray Allens, like, you know, these people like win the 3-point competition and stuff. Like I wanted a 3-point competition in skills night.
Yeah.
It's been there, like it's always been questionable. Like, you know, like it's not like we don't treat it as just weight as a slam dunk.
Right.
But it's kind of like I think we've seen as much as the dunks could really go. So people are kind of still focused on like the 3-point competition. But I think if the 3-point competition one year is to switch from the slam dunk competition and stuff, guarantee you people won't leave. Because I feel like people stay for the slam dunk competition, but I think if you moved it earlier and you moved that back, people won't leave. People want to know who the fuck to look out for the rest of the remaining of that season.
Right.
The league is just a different place.
That's a different place, man. It's just like, I mean, even when you speak about like Reggie Miller and Ray Allen, like those guys, they were 3-point specialists, but even within their role, it was like that wasn't like a first or second option. You know what I mean? Like spot up jump shooters was really a thing. Like you stood at your spot and you wait for your thing to be called, right? Now it's just niggas not even going to the hoop. They just go, oh, it's the line.
Even if it's the line. You know what I mean? You see Marcus Smart with his shot. What they had to get the tip and everything.
They're not even
getting to the line. Shout out to Boston, man.
Shout out to Boston.
Shout out to Boston. Hopefully when this episode drops and stuff, we know who won and went through and stuff. The Boston and Miami series.
Listen, that game was a game and a half. Man.
Boston is setting fucking records, man. Boston, no team in NBA history has ever came back from like a 3-zip deficit.
None.
First team. So shout out to Boston.
Shout out to
Boston. Shout out to Jason Tatum and
Jason. He's got like how many 30+ games? He's got a record for 30+ games in the playoffs right now. That kid is balling.
And Jaylen Brown, aka the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah,
you know, with his mask game and stuff. But
even Smart, man. Smart has been
Smart has been
keeping a minute.
I think the thing is that Smart works. And he works hard.
Yeah.
But I think, you know what it is? I think his tenacity and his guts outweighs his points. So
Lowry.
Right.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry will dive everywhere, climb this.
Yeah, the heart is bigger than anything else.
Yo, if you're a 7-footer, he's still trying to get up in your face. And I remember who was it? I think it was probably LeBron one time disrespected Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
He's like, too little. But I'm like, at least he's trying.
Yeah, he's like, nah, he'll put his body on the line.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is. But even so with LBJ, do you think he's considering retiring now? Because they said he played through these last things injured.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to say this is probably like the first year you've seen LeBron miss out so much from the injuries. Now, they're weighing his toll. I know he said it's his dream to play with Bronny and stuff like in the league and all the above. But what do you think? Retirement or no?
You know what? Because his son's only got to do 1 year in USC. In US, right? USC, yeah. And then he's eligible. Yeah, I think he might push it. I think he might push it 1 more year. Maybe 2. Because he's still, I mean,
he has to do
despite the injuries, yes, he's still one of the more physical players in the game right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's still dominant.
Because my thing and stuff is that if he was playing hurt, playoff is a different beast. I tell everybody that all the time. I said that from watching NBA. Playoffs is a different beast because even Ja Morant, he fucked up his hand.
Yeah.
And I want to say for that time off for those few games, he came back and legit that same night, he fell right on the hand. I see him hit the ground and shake his hand and stuff in pain and all that type of stuff. I'm like, but they just play through these things. And these things might actually, you do more harm than you are doing good. It's because you're thinking the off season is just here.
Yeah.
But your bodies.
Right.
Ja Morant is a lot younger.
Yeah.
To kind of want to say, I'm not going to say resilient and bounce back because I don't know the degree of his ailment or his status.
Right.
But I feel like we're not young Thundercats no more. And LeBron and I are the same age.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it where some things must be kind of different.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my boys and stuff, and I'm like, yo, let's go out and stuff for a little hot minute, whatever, for some drinks or some shit. He's like, sure, no doubt. And then I think when another friend and I pulled up at his spot, they was there in his wife beater and stuff for with his pants on. So I'm like, oh, you're not ready? He's like, nah, I was. I'm just out here stretching because I was feeling muscle tightness in my back. That's not athlete shit, whatever. I was looking
right.
I was like, we're old people, man.
No, we are.
Age is a thing. And a lot of NBA players and stuff of the past don't really give too many years like that, right?
No.
So kudos to him. And I think a lot of people still, there's always going to be LeBron haters regardless. But because even one of the OGs at work, he works in, he's a manager. He went down, he's like, hey, can someone get Marvin a broomstick? Because I saw what happened to the Lakers last night. I was like, Dirtbag. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you. I don't know if you know about Glenn Kuiper.
No.
So Glenn Kuiper was one of the Oakland Oakland A's. Damn, do they still call Oakland? They're Oakland A's, but athletics is the OG people call that. I think the young people just know it's Oakland A's.
Yeah, they just know the A's. They don't know what the A stands for, what the A means, what the significance of the A's is.
See, I'm getting too old for this. He said the N-word. I want to say 3 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, and stuff like that. Right. And he got suspended a little bit after that because it made headlines, especially in the sports world.
Yeah.
They just recently fired him and stuff. I want to say, I believe like this past Friday.
Okay, so they got to the point where he was fired over it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm about to say, like, he's probably one of the first of many.
Yeah.
Or possibly just a bootleg example. But do you think they're still canceling people for saying the N-word? I don't think so. Because like, if this is the new trend, I would love to see it. Because even in the sports world, Dom Iamans,
I don't know if they're
canceling people for
the firing.
Are they firing?
Well, you're seeing this guy
guy got fired, but it took 3 weeks for them to fire him.
So the TV host, right?
Which TV host?
The one that the older white lady that when they were talking about Snoop Dogg, she said for shizzle my nizzle. Did they end up firing her?
I don't even know who that is.
You never heard about that?
Nah.
So there was I think it was either a news anchor or a talk show, and they were talking about Snoop Dogg, right? Something in regards to Snoop Dogg, and the guy was talking, right? And then she was one of the people on the
panel, I guess.
Panel by desk, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, and she said, for shizzle my nizzle, but she was just saying it as a Snoop Dogg expression.
Yeah, right.
Right? Not knowing, she's saying, yeah, for sure, my nigga. You know what I mean? So then she caught flack for that. So I think she ended, I'm not sure if they ended up, I think she did get suspended, but I'm not sure if she got fired for it.
Right.
Yeah. That was about maybe a month ago.
Because I feel like, okay. Now, this might be a rumor, but allegedly I heard somebody else I know works in another healthcare facility.
Right.
And they were saying, let's say the person who got fired was talking to somebody of like the LGBT community.
Right.
Right. And when things start getting heated and stuff between them, like called the person F word that rhymes with maggot.
Right.
Right. Said that now, instant termination. And when they were telling me, I'm like, oh, damn, that's crazy. But they said there's been several incidents and stuff because they've been working at this facility for like, let's say about like 7 years.
Okay.
And they said there's been several incidents like maybe like just 2 incidents and stuff where another nurse was going at it. They were yelling.
Yeah.
And then say the black nurse said, you know, cracker ass cracker. The nurse responded with the N-word.
Right.
Right? Still remained, kept the job. Got spoken to, got disciplined.
Right.
Still job. Yeah. And then once they figure out who instigated everything and stuff, they kind of just move units. Right? They moved them to separate units and stuff to work on. And it happened to, she said it happened to a guy too. The guy, he was actually just minding his, they said he was listening to the music where he was. And when he was with his head down listening to music and stuff, whatever, they startled him, right? And they startled him, but he was listening to a song and stuff, whatever. And then he's just saying it. So he was there like, no. Like, hey, Glenn, nigger, what? They're like, whoa. He's like, no. Listen to the music.
Right.
Like, that was part of the case.
Right.
Like, he was like, I was listening to music, I was in the zone, didn't expect nobody to kind of come up to me and stuff like that. I don't mean any ill will. This is what I listen to. If you check. Yeah. And I think he tried to go to like his Spotify or whatever streaming platform, like, hardcore hip hop. This is what I listen to.
Yeah.
Cut me some slack.
Yeah.
They're like, You're not dark enough on the knee graph? So we're going to have to bring a stern talking to and stuff. Again, no firing.
Right.
The situation with Glenn Kuiper is shocking to me. It's brand new to me because I've never seen this so far. Even after all the George Floyd's, the racial incidents and stuff, the past few things we've been going through the past few years.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard somebody getting fired or getting reprimanded and stuff for the N-word?
Yeah. Yeah. Not
Do you think this is the first of many, like a trend, a future trend?
I think so.
We're there now.
I think we're there now. I think we're really there. Well, but I mean, right now, you don't even have to say it.
You can say nizzle. You can be reprimanded.
If, like, let's say someone outside of the outside of the community that you're used to,
correct?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Feels that next week, Tuesday, you're going to say something about the community. You haven't said it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they feel threatened that you're going to say it, you can get charged for that. They don't have to show up in court. You don't get to face your accuser, but they can accuse you for something that you have not done yet. So if they're allowing you to do that, if they're allowing them to do that, any slight of offense is going to be a problem.
That's not fair.
Not at all.
Fair.
Not at all.
That's not fair because they can make up a whole situation.
That's what it is. That's the law in Canada right now. It's already in the UK, right?
Mm.
There's a video footage of a police officer going to a guy in the UK's house, right?
Oh, okay.
To arrest him, right? What he posted on social media, right? The guy's arguing with the cop saying he reposted what somebody else posted. Why is that person not being arrested? The cop said no, because the person who reported you, because they felt threatened from you posting it.
Mm.
So now if you could just get arrested for reposting something, bro, they're not going to take anything lightly now. We're at that. We're there.
We're there. Okay, so we're there. Okay, well, I hope they champion this energy and stuff. We're across the board.
It's got to be across the board. It's got to be across the board. Same thing. Okay, again, this week, I can't remember the black soccer player. He's playing in a Spanish league right now, and his whole thing is like...
I seen him. He has like a high top fade.
Yeah, and the whole thing is like, yo, I get racially insulted every game that I play. Overpass, they got a black mannequin dressed up like me hanging, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are they trying to do now? They're finding fans.
But they've been banning fans to come in.
They've been banning them, but now they're finding them. But it still doesn't make a difference. It's still gonna continue. What they have with what one guy suggested is that no, you make the team lose money, or you just walk off. These players should just walk off.
A question: how would the team lose money? Like, are we finding the team? So let's say I go to Smooth Stadium, right, and I'm on the visiting team. Your spectators and stuff now just called me for your club and stuff, whatever, has called me every kind of coon and monkey and throwing bananas on the field because they've done that before in Germany.
Right.
That was the thing that pissed me off. I'm like, well, I can't support soccer. Right. They're doing all of that. Who's getting that fine? You're saying the team?
They're saying the
team. So your team is going to eat this.
Anybody involved should get fined because
I agree.
They're saying that that's the only way we're going to get it to stop. Right? It's like, sure you fine a fan, right? Sure you penalize a team. Bro, these teams are in the millions of dollars. What's a $5,000? What's a $10,000? What's a $20,000 fine to them? They eat that. Right? So that's not going to change anything.
Right.
So dude was like, no, what they literally have to do is like walk Walk. The entire team walk. So this is gonna be, ain't no game plan. Because it's the only way to stop it. People ain't no money.
I heard the soccer hooligans are different kind of fans.
Yeah, they different.
They are different. I heard they different kind of fans. These people and stuff, whatever, like they move like, I guess when the hockey folks win playoffs and win championships, pushing over cars, rioting, fucking wanks, toss-offs and all that. Yeah.
They are different. Yo, they had to reinforce a couple stadiums, man, because stadiums would collapse. That's how rowdy they would get.
Yeah, I seen something like that. Whatever. Like, like a whole section collapsed.
Just collapse.
Because people were just like jumping up against. Fun times. Yo, tell me something. Name a sport where no one really questions the GOAT.
When no one ever questions the GOAT?
Like if I tell you and stuff in boxing, Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer of all time, you might say Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
We're questioning the GOAT. If I say LeBron, you say Jordan, we're questioning the GOAT for basketball. Was there a sport where we don't...
I think hockey. I don't think anybody questions.
We're not questioning Gretzky. Gretzky is that guy.
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
Yeah.
I can fully agree to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gretzky's that guy. And there's been so much amazing hockey players that came after. You got the Crosbys.
You got
Lemieux,
Ovechkins.
Yeah. You got a lot of really, really good hockey players.
They don't hold the flame to...
No.
That's interesting.
And let's think of how many great hockey players before Wayne Gretzky.
Right. Like
the Gordie Howes.
I'm about to say Gordie Howe.
Our Rocket Richard.
Well, what's Brett Hall's father? But his pops and stuff, whatever was in there. So like he felt, but he was still Brett Hall was still playing around when Gretzky, right before Gretzky retired and stuff, whatever too, right? But you're right.
But no one ever questions.
We don't question.
We don't question that when it comes to hockey.
No, when it comes to hockey,
Gretzky.
Yeah, because I'm about to say every sport. Like, you think Pele is the greatest? To you?
To me, but then people make arguments for Maradona. People make arguments for Ronaldo. People make for Messi.
He just won his first FIFA.
You know what I mean? That's four that we just see. There's four we just rattle off.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you.
I wonder if it's like that in. I'm trying to think of racing. Schumacher?
Michael Schumacher. He's Formula One.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slightly. Because...
And I think I'm only saying slightly too because I don't really know that
I don't know that world too much, but I remember like that... I forget what it was called. Like, Thor. Chris Hemsworth?
Hemsworth.
Him and... He had some racing movie. And they're talking about him and some other guy, like whatever his character was.
Right.
And there's another racer called Niki Lauda.
Oh, I think I seen that just not too long ago.
Oh, the racing movie.
Right, yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, they must have been the GOATs because they made a full movie on the GOATs.
Right, yes.
Whatever, right? And they didn't even mention Michael Schumacher.
Right.
Because that was like before his time.
Yeah. And I don't even think it was it Formula One? That movie was?
I feel like it was. I don't think it was a thing because Days of Thunder is like a Tom Cruise and that's NASCAR.
That's NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe it was Formula. I think it was Le Mans. I think it was even specific. I think it was Le Mans.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Because I think it was just Niki Lauda and someone else.
Right.
And I think Niki Lauda is the one that got to the massive wreck. And they kind of like, disfigured and everything like that. But we always question the GOATs and stuff in every other sport, but hockey, true, we've clapped. See, it's hard though when you think about the sport.
I was gonna say golf, Jack Nicholson.
I would say Tiger.
You would say Tiger?
I'd say Tiger and stuff like in even now. I want to say with Tiger in his prime doing all of that and still, I want to say coming back from the marriage situation to the car accident situation and stuff like that, whatever. Like, your focus.
See, the reason why I would say Tiger like to me, he's a better player.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that after him coming back, he couldn't win those tournaments to reach the level of a Jack Nicholson, kind of kept Jack Nicholson at that stratosphere for me.
Gotcha. I feel like Jack Nicholson and stuff, whatever, was like straight consistent. But I feel like once the world knew who Tiger Woods was,
it's
like, yo, Jack Nicholson, who? A good portion of the people and everything like that.
You'd have to be like golf. You'd have to really know golf
into it.
To understand, okay.
Into it, right? So that's why I look at it as I was like, see, we're questioning the GOATs in like a lot of sports. Like in baseball, there's tons of things.
Well, I was just about to say
Cy Young, because that Cy Young record is never moving. Right?
I was just about to say tennis.
Give it a buck. Serena.
Yeah, okay. On the women's side, I would say Serena too. But on the men's side,
you're sexist like that. No, I'm fucking with you. I think for the men's side of stuff, it's debatable.
It's debatable.
Yeah, it's definitely debatable. Because you're gonna, one person might say Agassi, one might say McEnroe, one person might say Federer, one might say Nadal.
Yeah,
like it's just you got these names constantly bouncing and stuff like that, right? But for the women, you're not questioning Serena. You shouldn't question, because I think Serena, out of like the, let's say the whatever, how many greats? I think it's like, let's say Serena makes like the top 35, like in the 35 greats, and she's beaten 30
of the top them, 35,
right?
Yeah.
So now it leaves her and 4 more, and the 4 more
retired
before she made it, right?
She made it.
So GOAT, look different now, light skin, but GOAT, you know. I don't know. I guess you
did GOAT.
Well, because look at Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa was knocking the bitches out of the park when he was dark. But yet, if you're gonna register him as a GOAT, and then you see, is that
white skin Sammy?
Yeah. The Serena back in the day to the Serena now, and then somebody's like, "Oh, you're just knocking down a black woman," and I'm like, "No, I'm not knocking down a black woman. Black woman knocked down her skin tone."
That's all.
But I'm like, what do I know? What do we know?
Let
me ask you, is restraint difficult to learn? And the reason, like, I feel like a lot of, like, all right, McEnroe.
Right.
Let's use McEnroe as an example. If McEnroe didn't have his fucking way, where's that tennis racket going?
He blow up.
In somebody's face, somewhere else on the court?
Yeah.
And I realized and stuff that, again, this is pertaining to the lovely generation of the Gen Zs, aka the Jenners. That's what I like to call them. I feel like restraint is not really their forte.
No.
Right? Communication is, for sure.
Yeah.
They'll let you know, like, yo, I am triggered. This is not my day. I'm not feeling this ASAP. But I feel like restraint in certain amount of people, or like in today's people in the Western world, is very, very like non-existent.
I could say that. I could agree to that.
Okay. Why do you think restraint is hard to learn? Is restraint hard to learn?
I don't think it's hard to learn. I believe people feel like they don't need to exhibit it. That's how I personally feel. I think some people can do it. They just don't give a fuck to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think, and I don't want to shit on people. I'm so optimistic, but I look at it as where, what if they never learned it? Like, because I want to say for me,
right,
I've heard countless things stuff about restraint. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Don't talk bad about people when they're not around. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things, stuff like, tact.
Right.
The word tact in itself.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Don't blow a gasket. I'm doing a pony thing shit too. Hold your horses. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's tons of things to tell you about your restraint.
But about your restraint.
And I'm not saying that those principles or those teachings and stuff have died off, but I feel like looking at modern people today, it's like it's non-existent. I saw a thing today, don't know if it's legit, but there's a spot in Toronto, work with me, bear with me. Is it Thorncliffe?
Thorncliffe, yeah.
It is called Thorncliffe. Yay, I'm Torontonian. Or Tirana. You don't pronounce the last T. I don't know the fuck why when it's there. But in Thorncliffe now, there was a building set, like a kind of like an apartment area.
Yeah.
It was like a whole bunch of it's like a playground. So like mad kids out and everything.
Okay.
Somebody with no restraint felt comfortable to post like the kids like out playing and with the families and everything. Is this Tirana? Or is this India, Pakistan, or Afghanistan? How do you feel that comfortable to say some shit like that, even on the social?
And this is,
you can think it.
And this is what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that person did not know better. Right? And I think if that person wanted to, they could have just not posted it. But they don't care to exhibit restraint.
I see where you're going.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I can say this. I know when I say it, it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers and cause some people pain, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to say it anyway. I know I probably shouldn't say it, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to say it anyway. And that's what I mean. It's like, you can. I don't think restraint's a hard thing because it's a simple matter of you doing it or you're not doing it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So if you do
well said. Yeah, you're right. Either you're doing it or you're not.
Either you're doing it or you're not doing it. So the fact that you're doing it means that you wanted to do it.
Facts.
Right? It's just you wanted to do it.
Facts. Yeah, you're right. It's very sad though, because I look at it where I feel like I should be more. When you said it, so many things went through my head. It was like a kaleidoscope of things and stuff. Whatever. I feel like if I had altercations with certain people,
right?
I feel like I should give them like a golden star or something like that because they chose to probably practice restraint, to probably not go further on some things, right? Like I look at it, all right, check this. The other day, I'm making a left turn and somebody's getting ready to make the right turn.
Right.
Right? It's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
So there's 2 lanes. So I'm going to turn into the far left lane and they're supposed to turn into the right lane to make their right turn and stuff, whatever, right? I'm driving now. So I make the turn. I see them, they turn the indicator on, but this motherfucker is steady trying to come into like the side of the car. So I honked the horn and stuff whatever. That he sped up and he tried to cut me off and everything like that, right? So he's giving the finger. So where he needed to turn was right immediately there. So his thing and stuff is like, he needs to turn immediately to the right lane, but just move directly to the left to make the left turn and stuff. But there was cars coming, so I slowed the fuck down.
Right.
Could have practiced restraint my damn self.
Right, yeah.
I knew it with it, because again, it's just classic road rage shit, whatever. But because there was a parked taxi.
Yeah.
There was a parked taxi and stuff, whatever there, I had to slow down anyway because he's now cutting off the area on the left lane. Yeah. The taxi's blocking up the right lane, so now I have to maneuver slow. So when I slow down, my windows is down. It's toasty outside now. I'm looking at something, I'm like, hey, yo, you know it's 2 lanes, right?
Right.
You know it's supposed to be 2 lanes and stuff like that. I turn, you turn. Or if in case you didn't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Right? The guy, because I did 2 lanes like this, whatever. And he's like, what do you want me to do? I needed to make the left, whatever. I'm like, slow the fuck down and let me go past.
Yeah.
Right? And then when I drove off, I was like, asshole. Then I'm looking like, damn, I didn't need to say shit to do. Like, I didn't need to say anything.
No. Yeah.
But it's just that, like, I've been practicing restraint for long. You know, that's one of my weaknesses. I'm trying to turn it into a strength.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? But I was like, damn, I felt bad. So I was like, white dude, 2 possibly European. You could have said all types of moolies, niggers, this, that, and the third. He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah.
So I was like, when you're saying it, I was like, fuck. If I see the guy, sorry about that.
It is, because, come on, you see me when I'm driving with the car and I got wifey and kids and someone said, why'd you honking? Why'd you, Dad, honking? I'm like, why? It's like, the act is done already.
Yeah, but you're a sage though. You're a sage that lives in a mountain though.
The act is done already.
Yeah, you're right. The act is done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it might be difficult because I know this. Yeah. I have the theory. Like so many other situations, I practice the theory and stuff like that very through and through. Like I know the theory, put it in practicum, it works.
Right.
This situation, this week and stuff, whatever. And I was like, when's the last time I ever? And I even said it like on my drive.
Right.
I was like, when's the last time I actually yelled at fucking somebody and stuff like legit?
Right.
Driving. Like I might honk a horn, be like, yo, like move up, the lights change.
Right.
But it's nothing like intense. And even one day I honked and somebody gave me the finger.
If you can think back to that day, right?
Yeah. This day was Wednesday, by the way. So last Wednesday.
Was there anything that you can think that may have happened prior in the day to kind of almost set you up for that mood?
No. Okay. So I thought about all of that, like continuing on to my drive. I'm looking like, damn, it was an easy peasy, beautiful cover girl kind of day.
Right.
Like I want to say worst case scenario, I know that morning so we clock in with finger scan.
Okay.
I clocked in a little bit later because when I came in, I was talking to somebody and stuff and they kind of attacked me for like work shit.
Right.
So when I came in, they're like, oh, Marv, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, do this. Oh, but this, blah, 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 blah. And so all of that, I was like, shit, I got to go clock in.
Right.
So then that kind of held me back and not with my job. If you come in late, so I start at 8.
Right.
You come in at 8, you leave at 4.
Right.
You come in at 8:04, you leave at 4:04.
Okay.
Whatever, right? Didn't really have too many things and stuff going on like in the Wednesday evening and stuff like that, but I was just kind of like, oh shit, everybody done kind of mosey, or one wave of people to mosey at 4. Yeah. Motherfuckers is here like twiddling thumbs and stuff. They're like, oh my gosh. Because I even said
extra 4 minutes.
Yeah, because and you know the funny thing too. One day I said it happened to me before, and I said to my boss and stuff, whatever. I was like, "Yo, by any chance, can I take like a 15-minute? No, can I use the time that I was late and take that from my vacation bank?"
Right.
And they're like, "Unfortunately, we can only take 30 minutes from your vacation bank." Whatever, right? So basically, you're going to take 30 minutes from your vacation bank to recoup like what 7 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, fuck that.
How would you just take the 30 minutes and slowly just break it down every time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just take the 7 and bank the other 23. You know what I mean? Just bank the other 23.
You're not only good looks. I'm going to say that next time. I'm going to say that next time. Yeah, you're damn right, man. Ugh, they won't let me be free, man. They won't let me live, man.
They don't like you being great, man.
Nah, they don't like you being marvelous. Be great, man.
They don't like you being marvelous.
Oh, I've always wanted to talk about this on the podcast. I don't know why. It just came to me. Like I said, the fucking road rage thing spins so much.
Right.
I want you to fully clarify for myself and our listeners and the viewers when you said you are allowed to be anything you want in this world except right. Go! Today is your shine, not your average, folks.
Today, as I sit here as an albino Bengal tiger,
yeah. Okay, I gotta get where this is going now. Go ahead.
I would just like to say, along a few things in revolving COVID, I'd like to say I told you so. Because there's now...
Give me an example of one of the things for COVID. The shot? The vax?
The side... Well, first and foremost...
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you cook.
The COVID virus is nothing. Obviously, we know it's nothing new, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't know it's been researched since 1967. 1966, actually. Right? In 2002 was they first figured out that they can mutate it and
manipulate it.
Right. And Pfizer actually has a vaccine from 2002.
Interesting.
Right. So now, this rapid response, not so rapid after all. It's been in the works for a good while. So I've got the term the doctor used. That was 2000 and...
Which doctor? Some doctor online?
No, it was
Fauci?
During one of the conventional hearings or congressional hearings.
Okay.
The doctor's talking. I'll play it for you after. But he said, I think it was in 2002. He gave this term, right?
Mm-hmm. And
he goes, for those who don't understand the term, basically what it basically means is it's weaponizing. So they basically weaponized it. Got the patent for it, right? Then after they got the patent for it, the year after was the first SARS outbreak.
Okay. So this is 2003.
2000.
So the congressional thing was 2002, and then following year.
No. This congressional thing is going on now. He's just telling you.
Oh, from the timeline.
He's giving you the timelines.
Gotcha.
So he's saying. So he was born in 1967. 1966 is when they first discovered the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And he's saying by 89 or it was either 89 or 98. The universities were already doing the transatlantic thing. So they were, it was first with the UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they were doing research with the gain of function stuff, right? So it's really, it's nothing new. It's like, the way dude was saying it was like, he's like, basically, these papers, they're cited papers, right? And it's not just from like Pfizer or the drug companies. Goes, no, these are doctors who are basically saying the influenza virus, which they knew at the time when Pfizer made the original virus.
Mm.
All these papers were citing it from he said from 20 I think 2009 he said to 2018. All the researches that was done on it, they already knew that the vaccine was ineffective because the COVID virus is so malleable, right? It mutates so quickly. It replicates.
There's a new remix in China now,
right? Yeah. So he's saying they knew all of this, right? But they still Pfizer knew all of this, but they still pushed it like, this vaccine is going to work. This vaccine is the end all, be all, right? I can't be right about this stuff. I'm just saying that I'm an albino Bengal tiger.
Oh my gosh. And we're back.
The rest of you guys go look up yourself.
And we're back.
But even with saying, in front of me stands a biological male. Right? If that person does not identify being a biological male, I'm wrong.
Facts.
So you can be everything in this world
except right.
Well
said. Yeah. I have to agree. It's too true. When you said it the first time, I was like, wait, what? Am I high? Like, that's the first thing I said. I'm like, what? You know, ever see that meme with the lady she tastes something? It was like one of those. I was like, yeah, you're not right. Like I feel like you're not right. You see, you know what you know.
You know what you know.
You have proof.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're still wrong. But it feels like the whole world's kind of gaslighting a person's like rationale and their thought process and stuff, right? Because I look at it stuff as like, excuse me, sir, excuse me? Did I tell you I was a sir? I'd be like,
And it's like a dangerous precedence that's being set.
It is. It's very, and it's like I was talking about the Jenners, like the Gen Z kids and stuff, whatever, right? Like I look at this stuff as like, okay, they're more outspoken than the previous generations. So like with them coming out, it's kind of like in a collective, and much as you have the echo and the fact of like social medias, them saying what they need to say on these platforms and stuff is just making this noise. And if somebody comes out and tell you stuff like, hey, I am this, let's say the amount of likes and retweets or whatever the hell that might go with it, you say like, no, you're not. Hater, all kinds of like, they come for you.
Forget it.
They come for you.
Yo, think of it this way, yo. If somebody catches somebody out there, right, with underage children, and they call him a pedophile, and he says, no, wait a minute. I identify as a 12-year-old girl.
Look at politicians say he identifies as a black woman.
I identify as a 12-year-old girl. You're harming me because you're not allowing me to interact with other 12-year-old girls. You need to put me in a situation where I can interact with other 12-year-old girls. What are you going to say?
You can be anything you want. You might be right.
It sets a really bad precedent, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, it does. Yes, true indeed.
It sets a really bad precedent.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the question of the week.
Question of the week.
You ready for the question of the week?
I'm ready.
Are prayers equivalent to wishes? Yeah.
That's a good one. I would say a prayer is wishing for someone to do something for you. Or is wishing for your deity to do something for you.
Boom! God's a genie.
I would say, yeah. You're praying, you're asking for something.
You're asking for
How much different is that from wishing for something?
You're asking for
Wishing, you're throwing it out there. Praying, you're directing it.
You're directing it. Yeah, you're right. Because you can just have like because I always look at the genie situation and stuff, whatever, right? When you're not focused on the question, like, you've seen tons of genie movies and things and stuff where they're like, they'll say some shit like, I wish they can do, like, I wish somebody would just smarten up and pick something and like, oh, wish granted.
Yeah.
But like, no, that wasn't a wish. That wasn't a wish. They're like, you directed it to this way.
Yeah.
It was answered.
Yeah.
You wasted the wish. So I look at it stuff as like, yeah, if you're saying like, yo, I wish I was a little bit taller, I wish I was a baller. It's different from like, you're going on your hands and knees, like in a temple somewhere,
Right.
And you're talking to your deity.
Right.
And you're like, I wish I get this job, and then if you get the job, wish granted. That's my I Dream a Genie.
Yeah, I dream. Twinkle your nose 2 times.
So God's a genie. My favorite genie. Next to Robin Williams. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. All right. We are here.
We are here. Let's
get to the first Ask the Sons. First Ask the Sons come from Weed Fee 69. Fitting. Fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Who is not black that you would give them an N-word pass to?
Who is not black?
Yeah, that you would give them an N-word pass to say the N-word. Oh, Fat Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say Andrew Schultz.
You give Schultz a pass?
I'll give Schultz a pass. I'll give Schultz a pass.
Yeah, you give Schultz a pass?
I'll give Schultz a pass.
You know what's so great about Schultz? To me, you can throw him in some settings and they'll have the racist residue on it. It's not racist, but it just feels like it.
Yeah.
And then because you know it's a comedian and it's dark humor, you run with it.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember one time, it wasn't him, it was somebody else telling me something. Like, oh, you like shows? I'm like, yeah, I love shows and stuff. But they're like, yo, I heard some guy, he cracked a joke and stuff, whatever. And he's like, my idol's Andrew Schultz. Don't hold it against me. The man, this is the joke. There was a blackout.
Right.
And the cop shot him.
That's good.
Right. So I was looking, I'm like, whoa. Slippery slope. I see it. Slippery.
I like the one. I think I sent the clip in the group chat. The one the blackface.
Who Schultz? Schultz said it? No, what did he say? I'm trying to remember.
When he's talking about, he goes, people are always shitting on white people doing the whole blackface thing, right? And he goes, he's pointing at all the black people. Goes, you don't like people doing blackface, right? You don't like doing black people.
Oh, it's the army shit.
Right. And he goes, now, if I'm in the army.
And we're in Iraqistan. And he said, we're doing a black op mission 1 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
Your face is okay for this mission.
Mine, on the other hand, you're going to want me in blackface. I say, you got a point. I say, you got it. You got a point.
It's a valid point.
You got a point.
We're going to have to get this mission done. I need to get back to my family. You need to get back to your peoples.
Yeah.
Put the blackface on.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'll accept blackface. That's the only time
we'll take it.
Unless Schultz has another angle to point at that bastard. Yeah. Okay.
Fat Joe. Why Fat Joe?
Fat Joe, they claim that Fat Joe, J-Lo, and them and French Montana claim they're Afro-Latino and they're black and they're not black. I don't see nothing. I see no black in them.
No Afro to Latino.
No. But they constantly say this nigga word and stuff. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I give you an official pass.
Right.
Just acknowledge and stuff. Because I'm like, if you're saying you're Afro, here's my thing. Forget this movie. So old movie. I think it was black and white too. Back in the day. The Color of My Affection or the Color of My Love or something like that, where basically the mom was black, the daughter was white, right? Or the daughter was mixed, but she looks more predominantly white.
Right.
And the daughter didn't claim the mom in certain circles.
Okay.
So the mom was always there, like present. Like even I think one day she forgot her lunch when she was younger and stuff like that. And she I came to bring my daughter her lunch.
Right.
Everyone's like, no black kids go to this school, lady, because it's way back in the day.
Yeah.
She's like, no, this she is. And they're like, your maid said that she's your mom. And everybody's like, and it's legit the girl's mom. But she's embarrassed to claim the mom.
Right.
The mom's fully black. Right? In that circle, in that setting, she's not claiming the mom. I won't ruin the end of the movie and stuff if anybody want to watch it, but basically, eventually, she, start, owning up to what it is and stuff like that. And I was like, it's so funny that when they're in circles and stuff, I hear Fat Joe like, niggas be doing this, niggas be doing that. You like way off on this knee graph right here. You like, show me your mom, show me your pops. Like if they were dark skinned enough to say, okay, your granny was this. But if they like white as snow, nah, dog.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. So I would give, like I said, Fat Joe now, I like Fat Joe now more than I do like him and stuff as a rapper.
Right.
And I'll tell you why. Because I feel like he's been through some generational shit. I know Fat Joe from the Twins deep cover shit from like what? 92, 94? That time? To still be around in the rap game and stuff, we're in the 2023s and stuff, whatever.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good test of time. That's a good stretch of time for people that at least to know who you be. Right? And his own collection of his own personal hits and all that type of stuff as well. That's why I would give him the pass.
Okay.
Rhythm is a cat has the next question. What do you think the biggest mistake people make in relationships? What do you think is the biggest mistake that people make in relationships? Not trying to understand other person's weakness. I think that's the biggest thing. Because if I know you're weak in this, then I can know like, okay, I'm assuming if this is your weak weakness.
Right.
This is the probably like the lowest you can get, and all the other great shit and stuff I can clap and be grateful for.
Yeah.
Average men's problem, I think, is like we're complacent. If we're used to doing some things, I'm not gonna say routine, but it's kind of like you're comfortable. If you're comfortable like how things are running and stuff like that, no change needed.
Right.
But that's a problem.
Right.
If you're with a woman now, where women, I feel like they get bored easily. So, and again, remember one time we were talking about if the neighbor across the street was barbecuing with their shirt off and shit like that. Be like, why you on barbecue with your shirt off? Be like, the fuck that got to do with me?
Right.
He's trying to lose a nipple with the barbecue grill.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure I still have everything when I get naked for you.
Yeah.
They're letting you know like they need more. They need more and stuff for that. But if you, even as a woman, I look as a woman, you have to look at stuff and say to yourself like, yo, my man don't like to do too much. Right. My man might be like on a chill kind or understand who the fuck he might be.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Then don't go asking for things and stuff that might be beyond his range and then vice versa. Understand that as man, if you know that your woman likes to go out, whatever, like that, like, what was it, Bruno? I should have bought you flowers. Buy her fucking flowers. If buying flowers is not your thing, this might not be the woman for you.
Right.
I feel like understanding that aspect of stuff, the dichotomy between those two, like, will probably solve a lot of issues. Why do you want to go here? Why do you want to do this? I'm bored. I want something new. I want variety. I want spice. It's boring. Spontaneity.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, all you want to do is just chill. Yo, I bust my ass. I've worked. I helped build. I put this up and everything like that. You still want more from me?
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
That.
Yeah, that.
What about you?
I want to say find out someone's love language.
Ooh, I'll echo that.
Yeah.
Love language is big.
Yeah. I think
I move different in my relationships because I learned love languages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's, you probably pull half the relationships out there, they probably don't even understand what love language is, the concept of love language. So I think getting an understanding and understanding your person, your others' love language, that should be one of the priorities.
Okay, so let me ask you this. To the veteran couples and stuff out there, that let's say the ones who are 30 years to 50 years and everything like that, striving along and stuff, do you think they should be learning about love languages now, even if they didn't, but their relationship has proved like the test of time?
Yeah.
Like no relationship is easy or perfect, but they've been putting in this time and they never learned, let's say they never learned the love language thing before. Do you think that they need to learn this?
You know what? I think with standing the test of time, I think they might have learned part of it. I don't think they've
without grasping like the main concept. Yeah. They just have the ideology.
Yeah, because I think after a while, like you kind of understand.
You become seasoned, and then
right, you kind of understand what your parents like, what your significant other likes from what they don't like without them even saying it.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
You know what I mean?
When you said it, I was like, it's kind of, there's a word, right? I don't know this word. I never really gave full energy to look up this word.
Right.
There's a word for like when you see like you never seen the car you own.
Right.
Right? You never seen the car you own and stuff until you bought the car. After you bought the car, you start seeing tons of these bitches and stuff on the road.
Yes.
Like, you know the concept, but you don't know the actual wording of it. So, like, if the concept of stuff is like, you want to understand, like, let's say, your partner moves like this and that. So, let's say receiving gifts and acts of service or something might be their forte.
Right.
You're not putting the wording of acts of service or receiving gifts. You're like, she like when I buy her shit.
Right.
She likes when I do shit for her.
Right.
Right? And be like, oh, love language. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I already do that.
Yeah.
Got it. Well said. All right. Final question for the Ask the Sons this week. I like this. Rataman. That's like something like a Digimon or some shit. Rataman. Would you rent your house to a film crew?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Because they found my house to be something that would fit the movie scene, I think that would be pretty dope.
Okay.
I think it would be pretty dope.
So for years, this is one of the Marv stories I got to bring out the vault. My answer is no. If the price is right,
yeah,
I might just, once I get the money and get the bread, I'm looking to leave. So, okay, so you know they use Rick Ross's house and stuff for like Coming to America Part 2.
Right.
Right? I had a conversation with this dude around that time. And he said, oh shit. He's like, I think it was pertaining to like, I'm like, oh, they shot Coming to America and Rick Ross's house and stuff for that. He's like, fucking film people. So I'm like, what's going on with you, bro?
Yeah.
So the man proceeds to tell me this story where let's say his parents owned a condo.
Right.
Right? Downtown Toronto.
Right.
And downtown Toronto. And they rented it out to a film crew.
Okay.
But the film crew, I guess their agency run things. Right? When, let's say, the neighbor now relays everything and stuff to like the father and shit like that. Like, oh, like, you know, he's like, yeah, I've rented out the condo because he had a penthouse.
Right.
Slap ass penthouse and stuff, whatever. I think there's only like, not mistaken, I believe, on a penthouse, there's probably like just 4 condos.
Right.
So the neighbor across the way and stuff is like, yo, there's a lot of movement, a lot of moaning, a lot of action and stuff like, yeah, you know, we rented out the condo and everything like that. And he's like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, why would you rent it out to Pornhub? So he's like, what are you talking about? I rented it out for the film crew, blah, 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 blah. Right? Yeah. And I was like, So dude now shows me photo of condo, goes in his phone, showed me photo of condo because they still kept the condo.
Right.
Then pulls up some particular scene on Pornhub, like, holy shit! They shot the scene in your shit. He said, that's not the piss off part, Marv. It's money shot time. The actor.
They got him jizzing all over.
But the couch was covered, right? So he showed me, he's like, yo, the couch was like say it was a sectional.
Yeah.
But it was like a burgundy kind of mauve color or some shit like that, whatever.
They threw like a
little
covering on it.
But that wasn't it though. So like I said, my man kept firing. He was firing off his money shot and it was getting on carpet and shit like that, whatever. So like for the longest, they're looking like, what the natural fuck is this area so super crusty? Needless to say, they removed the fucking carpet. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know if I'm for them. Like, I don't know. Like the money, like, okay. A friend of mine, their father owns is it Duesenberg? The old classic car. It's it looks like the old 1940s mobster looking car. They used to drive way back in the day.
The Model T? Not the Model T.
Nah. It's a little bit up from that, whatever. I want to say it. You probably, if you look at like swing dancing and ballroom time,
yeah,
it's like a deucing, like I feel like that's
an old gangster car.
Yeah, like an old gangster car, whatever, right? Like with white walls on the rims and everything like that. His father and stuff, his father is a mechanic.
Okay.
Right. And I think they bought one, him and his buddies, and they did that and then buying another one and they like revamped it and cleaned it up for it to run on the road. So, you know, it has one of those vintage plates, those classic plates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They actually do rent that thing out.
Right.
So I remember, oh man, he was telling me like a few movies and stuff that the car actually been in and stuff. But I think one of the movies is, if I can actually remember and stuff, was actually, it was a Sean Penn movie. Whatever movie Sean Penn was like a gangster, like in LA.
Yeah.
They needed a good amount of those kind of cars and stuff, whatever. And like his father, I think, had like something like, if you want to rent it, and like him and the buddy friend, the mechanic dude, like, you want to rent these cars and stuff, whatever. And like they actually got paid. I think like the movie companies, if I don't say Music Universal or whatever movie company, legit paid them to drive the car to them.
Yeah.
And vice versa and stuff. And I think they made like a quick 30 grand and stuff, whatever. And the car was probably in like maybe like 4 or 5 scenes.
Yeah.
30 grand.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like,
easily.
Yeah, I'm like, the money and like for the purpose and stuff, whatever, is cool. Cause even like, yeah. But I'm looking like, somebody might fuck in your spot and just do them.
This is one dude. He had a spot, and I think I can't remember where it was, and Prince booked it out for, I guess it must have been like, I don't know, if it was like months.
Like right? An Airbnb or some shit like that?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if it was Airbnb at the time, and
it's just a house.
It was just a house, and he rented it for stuff, right?
Okay.
So Prince rented his house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Took his shit out, refurnished the entire spot, right? Dude was like, "Yo, this shit looks my shit looks magnificent, right?" And he's like, yeah, he was there for months. Then when he was leaving, took all the shit out and put homeboy shit all back in there. Like nothing changed. I was like,
I mean,
they technically didn't wreck none of your shit.
I mean,
yeah, it was like,
if you gave me a space and said like, yo, you can use this space and stuff like that, whatever, for yours.
Yeah.
All right, say less. I'm gonna probably make it, make yourself at home.
Yeah.
So I made myself at home. Like, this is how I do my home. But I didn't fuck up your shit in the process, so your shit can go right back when I'm done.
Your shit went right back when Prince was done.
Well said. Well said. We are here at the end.
Yes, we are here.
Finally. So say the Suns. This week. You ready?
I'm ready.
Something basic, something simple and stuff. Mm. If you fall down 7 times, you should get up 8 times. So say the Suns. I feel like a lot of people, I think the multiple falling, they don't tend to pick themselves up. And I want to say it in a general way, like I want to say especially when it comes to like bad situations.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, yo, R.I.P. Young Dolph. Like, he's like, yo, if it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking another. And sometimes some things will just come like back to back to back to back. And like, you're like, all right, this happened. Fuck it. I got to adjust and deal with this. This happened again. Fuck it. Some people tend to lose the tenacity.
Right.
Be like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like this stuff is no matter what, whenever you go down, you need to find a way to get back up.
You got to find a way to get back up.
Straight like that.
Yeah. Or else you missed this. And how I think like, the reason why I think like that is because I look at everything happening in cycles. You got your ups and you got your downs, right?
Mm.
If you're going to be up while it's up and be smiling, right? And functioning while it's up, when it goes down, you got to keep that same attitude.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You can't go down with the go down. And if you do go down with the go down, understand that it's not going to stay down forever. And if you allow yourself to stay in that state when it goes back up, you're gonna miss the train. You're gonna miss the rise again, right?
Agreed.
So as I'm saying, if I'm falling, I'm getting back up.
Agreed. I hope like our listeners, subscribers, and everything really do take in, especially this. So say the Suns, because a lot of things in today's world will get people on the down.
Yeah.
Like you just knock them down and stuff, right?
Easily.
And again, me, I'm an optimistic kind of person. And I know this concept, right? I know this concept and stuff. So I look at it stuff like, well, damn, if I'm down from this, I'm going to go up on, only a matter of time. It's only going to go all the way up.
Right.
And much as if you're focused and you're working on things, you're working on it for it to go up.
Yes.
Especially, right? Yes. I think when you put that extra effort in to make sure it goes up, you'll be okay.
Yeah. And understand when it goes up, it may not stay up. So be prepared for that. Because that's the other thing, right? Everybody thinks it's all good and sweet when it's up there, but it may not stay up here. And if you're smart enough, you realize, okay, it may go down at any point. Let me put that safety blanket in. So even when it goes down, okay, I stop here and I don't go all the way down with it.
Yeah. I remember like constant like drug selling line. You got to have your money before you front with the chains and the cars because you know you're doing something kind of wrong.
Yeah.
So be prepared for
Be prepared.
For that safety blanket and stuff. Be like, all right, retainer fee might be like this.
That's
At least
it.
you have that covered and stuff tucked to the side. So if you do get into some shit and stuff, whatever,
it's there.
Pretty much. Okay. That is it.
We are here.
Good Ask the Sons questions. Good,
yes,
good,
it was
good
good
as usual. Appreciate you guys. Yes. We are here at the end. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons and Baby Son.
Babyface.
Like, comment, subscribe on all streaming platforms possible. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits.
And a beard.
Huh?
And a beard.
And a beard. Yeah, I know, right?
Peace and love. Don't worry, man. We love you, Marv. It's gonna come back full and luscious. Full and luscious, just like it was before.
Peace.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.